Right Network. Mobilizing, countering the left, energizing the right. New Right Network, home of the New Right movement.
The Democrats control the narrative because they control the media. The media is attempting to control the narrative and keep the real news out of the spotlight, giving you nothing but fake news, feeding you every single day. Unless you're right here, New Right Network's original series, SmythTV, folks. The big mass shooting, you didn't hear about this one, did you? They're never going to talk about this. They never talk about Chicago. Chicago's never in the media, but right here on our show, we showcase it, we highlight Chicago every single night, folks. Thank you for tuning in. This is Brian Smith, your host, SmythTV, New Right Network's original series. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to New Right Network's original series, SmythTV. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, making sense of it, exposing the fake news media and the propaganda coming from the Democrat Party, and giving you the real news every single night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And as we're trying to change up the format for the show, things might be a little bit different, but it's all the same great news that we're giving you guys. Yes, there were some horrific things that happened over the weekend. I will make no bones about that whatsoever. Praying for those that are still here on earth, praying for the families and the loved ones, the hearts that are broken. It truly was a tragic situation that went down in Chicago, truly a tragic situation that went down in ElPaso, truly a tragic situation close to home right here, just about an hour north of me in Dayton, Ohio. All of this tragic. Guys, we've got to understand that because of social media, because that we're plugged in all day, 24/7. You, I, we're plugged into the matrix, if you will, so much, so often. We are going to hear all of the news. You're going to hear all of the shootings. Guys, it's not that there are more mass shootings now than ever. You're just being told which ones are happening, and you're being told which ones not to look. Don't look over here. Nothing to see here. But we got to focus on this right here. And guys, I'm going to make sense of all of this today right here on New Right Network. And again, today's show, we'll talk about Donald Trump, his remarks on what happened over the weekend. The resistance is out in full force, and media, mainstream media, attempting to gaslight, attempting to paint the target around the shootings that happen, utterly failing to do so, because we are finding out the details that they won't tell you. Guys, they're going to run away from both of these stories, ElPaso and Dayton. They're going to run away from them, and I'm going to explain to you why. And then again, the third mass shooting that you didn't hear about, you never hear about, Chicago. If this is the first time you've been on the show, crush a share, crush the follow. I want to thank every single one of the Patreons that have been with us for years and years and years. Without your patronage, this show could not be possible. And again, I thank you so much. We've been doing this since 2014, looking to push this through the future and get Donald Trump reelected with real news, exposing the fake news, guys. So jump down in the description below, crush the Patreon, become a Patreon of Real News and SmythTV, and click on the link for the full show notes. The full show notes will have the embed of the show, the full show, in there, as well as all the notes that you can follow along, and the great patriots to help make this show come about. To thank you very much to them as they tweet out real news and explain things to people that may not understand, and then we highlight it right here along with my commentary. So as we get started, let's jump right into Donald Trump and Donald Trump's remarks. This our good friend at Soar on the Wings. Great patriot to follow if you want to see real news and real-time action. To all the naysayers out there who say Donald Trump is a white supremacist, listen to his staunch words and shut up.
And those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
Absolutely. Donald Trump has never been affiliated with any kind of hate group whatsoever. Donald Trump has been a champion for those in the inner city, those that are less fortunate, those that are in poverty. Donald Trump, a capitalist at heart. Guys, listen up. If you're a capitalist at heart, you're the kind of individual that looks towards other folks that don't have as much and try to help them up the ladder to get more. That's what capitalism is all about. A rich guy, real well-off, wealthy millionaire told me one time as a young kid, I was working for him, he said, Brian, if you want to become a millionaire, find 5 people and make them millionaires. You'll automatically become a millionaire. That's what capitalism does. That's what entrepreneurs do. They go out to find other people regardless of their skin color, looking for hard workers, looking for those who want an opportunity and a chance to make things happen. And that's why we've got Donald Trump as president of the United States. That's why we've got one of the greatest economies the world has ever seen. The United States economy is rip-roaring while China is completely falling apart, manipulating currencies and whatnot. And at the same time, there's your socialism, socialism, communism, China versus America. Capitalism, economy, it's just, you cannot compare the two. Donald Trump could not possibly be this well-off, this wealthy, this successful as a racist. It just doesn't work, and right out of his own mouth. But again, the Democrat Party over the weekend attempting to, as Saul Alinsky said, never let a crisis go to waste, attempting to gaslight their party even more and more and more to get them out to be even more and more violent. This is how they operate. They don't want to solve any problems. We know this. That's why AOC and the crew, AOC and the 3 were elected, is because the Democrat Party never solves the problems. They create the problems and then claim to solve them. And as we see right here, it never, ever works out. Gaslighting their party to the point to where they actually run against old dog Democrats like Crowley, overthrow the election, upset the election. Justice Democrats ran 79 candidates. Out of those 79, 24 primaried. They're Democrats. Out of those 24, 7 were elected. And the reason why is because they've all been gaslit and upset because the Democrats are the party of do nothing. We now see them in Congress as they run Congress and do nothing but obstruct this president. Donald Trump making things happen. Thank you, sir, very, very much. Judges, again, I mentioned this last week. This is the lifetime game changer for generations to come. Donald Trump installing up to 179 judges within the next 2 months. That'll be complete. He's already put into position 124 judges. Absolutely phenomenal. Looking at some more Supreme Court judges, and we are turning the corner in America, taking America back for conservatism, taking America back for peacefulness, taking America back for security, securing the border, and stopping these Democrats from wreaking all this havoc. Barack Obama, the 8 years of his reign of terror, now we see the Democrat Party doubling down on Barack Obama's reign of terror. And this, our good friend at Soul Memes 1, this is the real news, folks. This is what's really going on. Do not believe the mainstream media as they lie about what happened. Maybe Elizabeth Warren can explain why she is promoting this, ? Did she radicalize people? Twitter doesn't want this posted, so I had to post a link from YouTube.
Hello, resistors. Thank you for your energy and your activism during what has really been a tough year. Let's face it, America is not in a great place right now. People are worried. This is the deal. They're right to be worried. But your fighting spirit gives me hope and keeps me going. It's people like you who are leading the resistance by reclaiming America, rebuilding America, and reimagining America as a more inclusive and a more progressive country. Today, I want to tell you about one group that has been helping to lead this fight by preparing us for the hard political battles that lie ahead. Resistance School. Resistance School offers free online skills-based trainings from leading experts and organizers who can teach you how to mobilize and organize most effectively. That's the only way we can move our country to embrace progressive change. We need to get everyone engaged. We need to get everyone trained, and we need to get everyone organized. In times like these, we can whimper, we can whine, or we can fight back. Me, I'm fighting back. And so are people all across this country. In recent months, we've seen some major victories from Virginia to Alabama. There is so much to do, and there is so much at stake. Republicans just passed a tax bill that makes the rich richer and leaves everyone else footing the bill. They're busy aggressively attacking students, seniors, immigrants, working people, our environment, our civil rights, attacking the very fabric of what it means to be an American. So, check out Resistance School at resistanceschool.com. These tools and skills are free and online for you and for everyone else. Together, we can resist and persist. America needs you right now. Will you join us?
You gotta tell them, silent breed is people!
You know and I know, we both know that she's lying. I understand, but guys, we can see it. This message is not for us. This message was not to get out the real information. This message was the dog whistle. This message was for those potential resistors that are sitting at home, that are on the internet, surfing, browsing, whatever, and supporters of Elizabeth Warren's crazy ideologies of socialism, radical socialism, communism, ideologies of the rich get richer. No, her idea is to suppress middle class, rip their money away, make everybody poor, and allow only the super elites to become rich, dominating the government and having the federal government the size of whatever. It's just unbelievable how her ideas and the ideologies have never worked out. It's unbelievable how it's on display. We see it in Venezuela. We see it around the world. She's talking to and radicalizing her base. The Bernie Sanders supporters, the ones that go out and shoot up Scalise, the Republican, trying to kill any Republican. All Republicans are possibly kill them all. This is the Democrat Party. This is why you're seeing these things. These shootings that happened over the weekend in El Paso and now in Dayton, you're going to now see them letting go of the narrative, them walking back and walking away from Dayton and El Paso. Why? Because it was Antifa. It was the leftists. It is the radicalization of their own voters. These shooters were radicalized by Elizabeth Warren, her supporter. Radicalized by Bernie Sanders. Right after the Scalise shooting, Bernie Sanders comes out, we need to fight, get back in there, fight some more. This is what they do, guys. This is how they overthrow governments. You saw what Hillary Clinton was doing during the campaign, weaponizing the federal government, the FBI, the CIA, in order to overthrow a duly elected president. That hand in hand with Antifa, that hand in hand with Black Lives Matter, that hand in hand with the Walk on Wall Street, or whatever that one was. And now what's grown out of all of that hate and anger that the Democrat Party is spewing out, we now see Antifa on the rise, violently attacking peaceful citizens. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not, but if you're in their way, you're going to get it. We see peaceful reporters getting it. We see Trump supporters getting it, violently being attacked. There is not violence on both sides. There's only violence on one side. That is the radicalized Democrat Party, the voters for them. Guys, I'm involved in the Trump campaign, have been involved in the GOP for many, many years, decades now, and we never talk like this. As volunteers, we get involved, we help out, we go door to door, grassroots, campaigning, talking, upbeat. We never talk about fighting and getting in there and doing some of these radical ideologies. No, we talk about grassroots, getting together, great economy, peacefulness. No, this is where your Democrat Party is when we got it right here on display. And at Skyrider4538, Senator Warren is responsible for the hashtag Dayton shooting. Senator Sanders is responsible for Hodgkin and Steve Scalise shooter. And Obama is responsible for Mateen Omar, the Orlando shooter. I know everybody's shifting around. Everybody's trying to put blame on somebody. It's the Democrats attempting to blame Republicans, the Democrats attempting to blame the NRA, Dana Loesch, just attack after attack after attack. They're ratcheting this up and they're not stopping. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I talked to my wife about this earlier today. We are early voting. We are mailing in our vote. I normally like to go to vote. I like to go hang out. I like to get up in there nice and early with my Trump hat and my T-shirt. I'm definitely still going to show up. I'm usually working, helping out, doing whatever I can for the campaign with my Trump shirt and my Make America Great Again hat. But we're voting early. I suggest you guys vote early as well. This is insanity. The Democrats cannot win votes on real ideas. They have no real ideas. All their ideas are all bad. Their idea, the pie in the sky when it comes to global warming, when it comes to Joe Biden chanting, screaming, we are going to destroy fossil fuels. No more fossil fuels. They've now been come out vocally campaigning to destroy America. That's your new Democrat Party, folks. This is our good friend at WTSPN 1013, Gene. This is a great thread to follow, folks, and a great patriot to follow, but this is an awesome thread. In Chicago, Illinois, just this past weekend, 9 people were killed and 39 wounded in shootings. Did MSM report on it? Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is a Democrat. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel is no longer the mayor, but they do have a very radicalized mayor there. It's also a Democrat. Chicago has some of the toughest gun laws in America. This was reported by chicago.cbslocal.com. Up to July 27th, 2019, 293 people have been killed this year. 1,517 have been shot. Police have seized 5,300 guns so far in 2019, up 9% from the same time period as last year. Chicago currently ranks 9th in cities with the highest murder rates. Where is MSM decrying this violence? And here's the chart, folks. Per 100,000 residents. I know I went over this last week, so if this seems like a repeat, it is, but we need to hammer this home. Nashville, per 100,000, 16. Cincinnati, not boding very well. Cincinnati, my home city, per 100,000, 23. Chicago, per 100,000, 24. Then you jump up to Baltimore, per 100,000, 55.8. And now St. Louis, per 100,000, 66.1. And if you want to keep tabs on Chicago and the numbers, this is the great website to do it, heyjackass.com. Don't know any other websites that track other cities quite like this one. This is a phenomenal one. Right there in the center, it says a person is shot every 3 hours and 10 minutes. A person is murdered every 17 hours in Chicago. August to date, shot and killed 8, shot and wounded 55. Total shot 63, total homicides 8. Last week's total 728 to 83. 6 shot and killed, shot and wounded 68. Total shot 74, total homicides 6. And year to date, total shot and killed in Chicago 278. Total shot and wounded year to date 1,364. Total shot, 1,642. Total homicides year-to-date in Chicago, 305. And this website does do a little tongue-in-cheek. I guess you got to take it as it is, guys. They call this the Shotapalooza. Last year, Shotapalooza tallied a record-setting 49 shot in a single day. This year went for an encore performance, but fell flat. Only 32 shot on Sunday. Final Palooza tallies 8 killed, 47 wounded in Chicago over the weekend. You heard that right, guys. 8 killed, 47 wounded. Now, I'm not trying to make light of what happened in ElPaso. I'm not trying to make light of what happened in Dayton, Ohio. If you look around the other cities, look to Baltimore, look to St. Louis, look to Cleveland, you could go search the internet and you can find mass shootings every single day, everywhere. I'm just highlighting the ones that mainstream media will never highlight because it's black on black crime and that doesn't fit their narrative of Donald Trump being racist. Yes, that's right. They're attempting to paint the president as racist. We don't want the hate and the anger they spew. They're losing votes. They're losing like a landslide with all this hate and anger. They didn't learn under Barack Obama all the hate and anger that he spewed out for 8 straight years, setting back race relations at 75 years at least, in my personal opinion. And now we have the Democrat Party continuing to set back race relations, race baiting on the border, claiming that it's a Mexican thing when in reality it's not a Mexican thing. It's a poverty thing. It's a terrorist thing where they've got ISIS troops coming to the border attempting to create terror in America. It's not a Mexican narrative. Legal Mexicans here in America that have gained their citizenship, they want the border secured because it ruins their jobs. Allowing illegals to come in and automatically granting them citizenship, giving them amnesty, ruins the possibility of our youth, 16 through 26, 16 through 30, getting and starting out in the workforce and real jobs. That's why we got to secure the border. Big landmark win for Donald Trump and for America. Supreme Court saying that, yes, Donald Trump can move ahead with the billions of dollars to go ahead and build the border, throwing the Democrats' lawsuit out. Nope. Sorry, Democrats. That's not going to work. That's Donald Trump's job. Try doing your job for once, and why don't you jump behind? They can't jump behind Donald Trump because he's going to win again. He's making America great. We're keeping America great right here, guys. New Right Network's original series, SmythTV. Your host, Brian Smith. Guys, if this is the first time you're on the show, crush the share, crush the follow. Tell your friends and family about it. Down in the description below is the link for the show notes. Share that with your friends, your family. It'll take them to newrightnetwork.com and usually a couple of pages of show notes with all the links, as well as the embed video in the website so they can watch the show and go through all the show notes. Again, guys, we're doing some mixing up, or we're changing and shifting gears with the format of the show in order to get the word out more efficiently, in order to help Donald Trump in his re-election campaign. So thank you so much for being a part of the show. Jump down in the description, become a Patreon. Now has never been a more critical time to support new news media, to support the real news, getting out the real information every single day, Monday through Friday. All right, guys, for Monday Motivation, we got to stay at it. Stay at it with the real news and the real information. We're not the violent ones. We know it. We don't get triggered when they scream racist, sexist, bigot, homophobe because we know it's not true. Total projection on the left. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to New Right Network, mobilizing, countering, energizing. Online at newrightnetwork.com.